Well, new concerns about U.S. dependence on foreign suppliers of our military needs. A recent report shows that we are relying on countries like China for rare earth minerals, which are essentially components for guided missiles, other artillery as well. A new Fox News editorial calling attention to the lack of dialogue on the issue with this headline: "We have a national security crisis. Let's do nothing." John Moody wrote that piece. He's Executive Vice President and Executive Editor of Fox News. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So do nothing is not an option because these are important minerals. And tell us why. Right.
We've done nothing for too long now. That's the bottom line. Rare earths are 17 metals that are produced 95% by China right now, and we are completely reliant on China for our supply of rare earth materials. These are the components that make magnets that are now the key element of our jet fighters, of our satellite guided missiles, and of the catapults that launch planes from aircraft carriers. So they are essential elements of our...
And at this point, the U.S. is 100% reliable on foreign entities for the elements and the minerals. How did it get to that point?
We used to make our own, and then because of globalism, because China can ignore environmental regulations and can force its people to work at very low wages, it just became cheaper to import them all from China. And we got so dependent on them that we are now unable to create our own.
Yeah, a mining industry expert, you quoted him in the article, and he said this. I think we have the quote. He says, "The outcome of each study is to declare we have a crisis, let's do something about it, but all they do about it is ask for another study." So how can that change?
There have been 30 studies since the mid-1990s about this. Everybody knows what the situation is, and nobody wants to do anything about it. Yesterday, Congressman Duncan Hunter, a Republican from California, told me that he's going to introduce a bill that would take a portion of the military budget and subsidize domestically made rare earths again.
And we were just discussing that earlier with Pete Hegseth, where they're requesting $100 billion more in 2018. So you would divert some of those funds.
It's a very small percentage of it, but yes, Congressman Hunter is convinced that we have to get back to making our own military supplies because we cannot rely on partners like China.
And so do we still have people who are willing to mine these minerals because they went out of business?
The entrepreneurs are out there. They are looking for help, they are looking for guidance, and most of all, they're looking for government cooperation. It just hasn't been available during the last administration.
And we've lost our leverage with China.
We've lost our leverage, and we've lost the technology. We sent all of our technology over to China. China said, thank you very much, and they have improved on it over the past 20 years. We will now have to be in a catch-up to mine rare earths and produce those materials as well as China can.
Yeah, because we have been doing nothing.
We've been doing nothing.
Back full circle. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Heather.